All right, this is our cookie project. Our group members included Summer, Lauren, me, Sydney, and Dylan. Just a general overview of everything we did. Every member interviewed different people, but there was a common problem that amongst all those that were interviewed. Our came up with many solutions for that problem through brain dumping. Brain dumping allowed us to visualize commonalities among interviews. For instance, three of us interviewed people who wish they had more time to bake or that baking was easier. This allowed us to develop stronger points of view and help us think of more solutions to improve the baking experience. From there, we worked on narrowing down the solutions and eliminating those that were strange, immoral, or not feasible. We moved into the make ideate phase, where we created prototypes of our own ideas, which were tested with our peers. By interviewing friends and family and shoppers at local grocery stores, we were able to learn more about the average person's cookie experience and gain empathy for their situation as a whole. Many people seem to enjoy baking, but there is something limiting their enjoyment of the experience, whether it's their age, financial situation, lack of time, motivation, or uncertainty towards baking in general. Summer went to Whole Foods with her boyfriend and bought Valentine's Day cookies, after which she ate and then interviewed her boyfriend, who admitted he didn't really like to bake. I went to Kroger, took a lot of photos, seeing just how many things cookies have been incorporated to, even cereal and ice cream. After which I interviewed my fiance, who really likes cookies, and as a holiday tradition around Christmas time, they bake around 2,000 cookies in like one day to give out as gifts. Lauren interviewed people she knew and people from the store. Her stepdaughter, she likes baking, but is young and there are some challenges. Sydney interviewed her younger sister, who loves to bake and often does it from scratch. Dylan interviewed his mom. She likes baking, but wish it was easier to make cookies as often as she'd like. So the point of view we decided to focus on was people who do not often bake need a way to reignite their baking passion because they only do it when they have to. So after that, we moved on to the ideate phase. Our group focused on thinking of plausible, realistic ideas, which was difficult to come up with, many in a short amount of time. That's when we realized it's okay to come up with bizarre and illogical ideas. As long as you write them down, the ideas started coming much more quickly once we stopped limiting ourselves with the realistic. And we were able to see how even an unrealistic idea could possibly be turned into something feasible, as long as it wasn't too bizarre. We decided to move on with compostable packaging and smart ovens because they seemed to be an innovative idea that seemed reasonable in terms of prototyping and eventual production. Other ideas we came up with included a cookie dispenser, ingredient dispenser, and microwavable cookies, and self-cleaning tools and a counter. Next, we went to our prototyping phase. Pictures included are from our 5-minute iterations. After choosing our solutions, we were given a couple minutes to quickly sketch out the ideas. 2 from our group chose on the packaging aspect, and then 3 chose to move forward with the smart oven solution. We sketched, and were given 5 minutes to quickly build the prototypes of what we sketched. Solution sketched. Although 3 people prototyped the oven, we ended up with 3 very different prototypes. Sydney's showed the oven as a whole and explained some of the special aspects of the oven, such as smart glass. Dylan chose to prototype the screen of the oven, highlighting the camera that would be on the inside so you could monitor the cookies or whatever else you're cooking. Summer's prototype highlighted the possibility of baking tutorials to bake alongside with, while me and Lauren prototyped two different types of packaging, one reusable shopping bag for just cookies, and the other packaging that would dissolve in water. Once we finish up our 5 minutes prototypes, we moved on to our final versions, where we chose to test our oven prototype and the reusable cookie packaging with a different group and class. We believe they are both feasible and innovative ideas, and both prototypes allowed for interaction and exploration. For the oven prototype, we combined Dylan and Summer's prototype for testing, since that gave a better idea of the whole situation and all of the special features that the oven would offer. Moving forward, we would continue to develop the smart oven, as we believe it could be extremely useful in many homes, as the smart appliances are on the rise. During the testing phase, we were able to get plenty of feedback. The pros to the exploration. It showed us how others interacted with our prototype, revealed how others thought of it before explaining what it was, and enabled feedback for improvement. The cons, others were able to point out the flaws in our prototype. Maybe it wouldn't be as successful as we first imagined. After getting all of our feedback, our oven prototype was tested, and we definitely knew how to develop it moving forward. Some feedback highlighted that without sometimes showing the scale of our oven, it was more difficult to understand the size of our final solution. Some possible solutions could be a sketch showing what the oven would look like in a kitchen, or even including an approximately sized figure out of paper, and this would show our oven to scale.